All right, hello. What we're going to do today is we are going to, what I'm going to do, I inherited an iPhone. Now, usually I only do Android devices, that's it. But I inherited an iPhone kind of thing, and I'm curious about it. Now, I'm going to title this somewhat in this means, so everybody's going to wonder what I'm talking about. Is taking a Android or an iPhone, turning it into a flash or a ISO, a USB ISO. And if you could take it and then just plug the phone cord onto the USB port and tell the computer to boot off that ISO. So actually using a piece of hardware that already exists, such as an iPhone or whatever. I'm going to quit worrying about y'all it's shaking. You're just going to have to listen. If it shakes too much, turn the thing off, do whatever. So, but can I I inherited an iPhone. To me, that's the most unsecure damn ass thing in the world. I mean, everybody looking at it. You want to talk about corporate knowing what's going on in your life, grab an iPhone. Okay? I'm going to try and brick it so hard and face it inward that they can't see it. Turn it into an ISO that I can use to flash and actually have a handheld device that I can, I'm sorry, I was getting my hands going, that I can use like I'm holding this phone now. Have a handheld device that I can use to run around and actually flash computers. It's totally safe and make it out of an iPhone no less, because I got one. I got thinking about it. I inherited this iPhone. I got thinking, what am I going to do with this, you know? I really don't trust Apple. Sorry, don't trust IBM. Here, let me set this phone down so you aren't so dizzy. I just got to learn to talk without it. So I got thinking, what if I take an Android or an iPhone, because I'm trying to figure out how to tame an iPhone, which is, I'm thinking you got to wipe the entire IE whatever off of it, the software at the root level. You've got to get complete software control, wipe out the entire software, delete it so it's just a piece of hardware sitting in your hand, and you've deleted all the software off of it. Then install a Linux root system on it. I'm thinking, I don't know if it can be done. I don't know if it can be done on Android. This is what I'm doing on my phones right now. The thing is, once I get it, then you can start flashing all that stuff, the ROMs and whatnot, and further tame the hardware on it. And this whole thing about it is getting me going really deep on this, because what if you can take a phone and erase every bit of software so it doesn't even know what it's doing, the brain's completely gone, and then you flash the brain out of all the hardware, so all you're left is this hardware. Can I then install my own software that tells the hardware to transmit? And I'm starting to wonder how much range the actual transmitting chips are, and if I can tell it to transmit on a different frequency. So if I can make a different communication device out of it, is it possible? That's one of the things. And another thing on there, as long as I'm rooting it, the very first step after I root it, before I flash anything, I should just see if I can root and wipe a file system. I'll try it on both the Android. I'm going to try it on my blue phone, my Android, my SCH 1200. And I'm going to try it on this iPhone I inherited. I'm going to look at it. First thing I'm going to do is try and wipe the entire software completely off of it so that nothing remains but hardware and the hard installed software that's on the hardware, but entirely everything, all memory, everything, and build a root kernel on Linux on it. Then once I do that, I just install a Linux ISO, and I'm going to see if I can use that ISO. I also want to partition the original disk out and then make another one look like a USB that I can mount and unmount for my own reasons. But then I want these other ones so it's unmounted, that it's totally not accessible by the software without super user control. And then I want to take the other one, see what I'm saying? I want to be able to hook a phone on to a computer and use the phone to boot. And then have it show up on my thing in my boot and have that interconnected. It's kind of a unique project, and I don't know if it's going to work because I don't do Android a lot, I don't do phones a lot, and I haven't done Linux since the old days of partition magic. Okay, so it's been a long time. I don't know most of the stuff, I just use the outside, the distros. I haven't done it for a while on the inside. I don't use Windows at all anyway. Linux has been my computer. But now that I'm interested in this, I'm wondering if I can do a complete wipe on a phone. And if I'm understanding that you can partition parts of the phone down on what you would call the hard disk, but just basically at the software memory level, partition that out and start making ones you want. The reason I want a USB is I wonder if I make a partition to make a USB port, can I do encryption? on the USB port on the device. Okay, so even if somebody gets the device, they still can't get the information on it because it's on an encrypted USB. And the other part is ISO, so it can't be written on the main distribution. And this is where I'm going with it. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. So, because if I get off on a stupid project, it wastes my time. But it's interesting to me. I'll learn things along the way, even if it's a stupid project. So don't tell me I'm wrong. Because I will learn along the way of taking these phones apart and putting them back together. I will learn what can and can't be done with the phone. Which is what I want to know. I want to know if I tell you don't hit cell phone towers, that I mean it. SU, super user, me. I don't want to know that Apple or somebody else saying, all right, but you see, you signed this, and over here, and we got these laws, and then you can talk to your federal government if you'd like. Okay, like I said before, I got no problem with government. I pay my taxes, they fix my streets. Okay, but there's a point that when my stuff is my stuff, I would like to have my stuff. Otherwise, your society can't function. So I'm not trying to be malicious. That's another thing. I'll discuss the legal issues. I'm going to show you some of the stuff I'm doing. As I'm doing it, I'll make videos. But